has been something that I've been wanting to talk about. I just haven't yet. It is about boundaries, respecting them, and respecting yourself. We set boundaries in order to respect ourselves so that if those boundaries are crossed, we know that this person isn't respecting us. And if we continue with certain people, certain situations after those boundaries are crossed, we are not respecting ourselves. It is so important to respect ourselves because with that comes trusting ourselves. And if we can't respect ourselves, how can we ever trust ourselves? And if we can't trust ourselves, how are we ever going to respect ourselves? They are not the easiest things to work on. When it comes to setting boundaries and then respecting those boundaries, your self-respect has to be stronger than your feelings. There has been a few instances, well, so many, but recently, where I have set boundaries and I made them very clear, and certain people were on the line, about to cross it, and crossing that line. So, what did I have to do? I had to respect the boundaries that I put in place in order to protect myself and know when a situation is no longer beneficial for me. Here's an example. There is somebody that I liked, and I already knew that this person wasn't the best for me just because of how they made me feel. They may not have inherently been treating me bad, but it's the way that certain things made me feel. And something that is for you is not going to cause you anxiety or sadness. It's going to bring you peace. And it's especially going to bring you peace if it's from God. Once I realized that this connection, this person that I'm associating with, is not someone who is bringing me closer to God and is not someone bringing me closer to my purpose that God has for me, I knew that it was ready to let that person go. But at first, my respect for myself was not all the way, it was not stronger than my feelings, okay? At first, I just set restrictions. I said, we can be friends, just friends, and here is a boundary that I don't want you to cross. And if you cross it, I will be forced to not talk to you anymore. In the end, the situation should have been done with right then and there rather than me giving it a chance. Because that boundary that I set, very easy boundary not to cross, was crossed. And it forced me to have a difficult conversation with this person and inevitably break off that connection. Now, the reason why things got so messy in the first place is because I didn't have strong boundaries set. I didn't trust myself enough to set good boundaries and stick by them. So, this is just a reminder to set clear boundaries with other people and stand by them. Have enough self-respect to let things go and let a person go, let a situation go, let anything go if it's breaking your boundaries. Because if you don't, that shows them that you don't fully respect yourself, and they can get away with so much. And then when you do stop things because they crossed a boundary and they're not respecting your boundaries, you need to be strong enough to not let that happen again. Same person trying to come back after a month, 2 months, 3 months, you need to remind yourself the boundaries that you set and the boundaries that they crossed. They are just coming back because they think you are weak and think you will give in because they are lonely. This is something that I have been working on for a while, and I can confidently say now that I set clear and strong boundaries. And once they are crossed, that situation is done. That person is done, and I will let them know. Because if you set boundaries and you let them know these boundaries and they cross those boundaries and you continue to let them have access to you, honey, they're just gonna keep doing it and it's gonna get worse and worse. That shows they have no respect for you and they see that you have little respect for yourself. So in 2025, starting today, I strongly encourage you to look at the relationships and friendships in your life, see how they're making you feel, set some boundaries, and stand on it. Okay, guys, I love you, and this is to becoming the best, most strongest version of ourselves. If you have any questions, just DM me or leave it in the comments. I respond. Thank you.